Florida leaders take center stage in case for Donald Trump. By Ledyard King, USA Today, Cleveland, Florida Gov. Rick Scott cited the June 12 shooting massacre at Orlando's Pulse nightclub when he made the case for Donald Trump's presidential candidacy in a primetime television speech at the Republican National Convention on Wednesday night. "I cried with the grieving moms and dads and brothers and sisters of the 49 people slaughtered by the ISIS-inspired terrorist," Scott said, kicking off Wednesday's program. "This war is real. It is here in America. And the next president must destroy this evil. Donald Trump is the man for that job." Scott was the first of several speakers with connections to Florida as the state played a starring role at the convention Wednesday, an appropriate role for one of the nation's most prominent swing states. The lineup also featured State Attorney General Pam Bondi, who urged the thousands of convention delegates inside Cleveland's Quicken Loans Arena, and millions of people watching at home on TV, to support Trump in November, while expanding on the convention's Make America First Again theme. Florida U.S. Senator Marco Rubio delivered a 90-second videotape message along the same theme, which slammed presumptive Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton for supporting crony capitalism, Wall Street bailouts, middle-class tax hikes and out-of-control government spending. Rubio, who had clashed sharply with Trump while on the presidential campaign trail, used Wednesday's video address to reinforce his support for the real estate mogul. "After a long and spirited primary, the time for fighting each other is over," Rubio said. "It's time to come together and fight for a new direction for America. It's time to win in November." Wednesday's speakers also included Eileen Collins, the first woman to command a space shuttle, who said Trump would make America first again in space exploration. Michelle Barnett Van Etten, the former Vero Beach resident who runs a multi-level marketing business in the Tampa area, followed Collins. She spoke about how liberal policies are killing the American dream. The evening culminated with Indiana Gov. Mike Pence's speech accepting the nomination to share the GOP ticket as Trump's running mate. Trump, a part-time Palm Beach resident, knows that the route to defeating Clinton in November passes through the Sunshine State. "We have to make sure that Donald Trump wins the state of Florida," U.S. Representative Jeff Miller, who represents the Panhandle in Congress, said earlier Wednesday. Scott was an early backer of Trump, writing in the January column for USA Today that the billionaire businessman was capturing the frustration of many Americans after 7 years of President Barack Obama's very intentional government takeover of the U.S. economy. On Wednesday, Florida's two-term governor emphasized Trump's credentials as a global leader. "I'm old enough to remember when terrorism was something that happened in foreign countries. Not today," Scott said during his 7-minute speech. "How many more times does the evil of radical Islamic terrorism have to occur before the President of the United States will muster the courage to face the truth? How many more Orlandos, San Bernardinos or Fort Hoods will happen before President Obama decides to be honest?" Bondi used a portion of her 6-minute address to emphasize the importance of a Trump victory for conservatives. Hillary will stack the Supreme Court with liberal justices who will allow government to continue its rampage against our individual rights with utter contempt for our Second Amendment, she said. I know Donald. I'm proud to know Donald. Donald will appoint conservative justices who will defend, rather than rewrite, our Constitution. Bondi has been under fire lately for her decision, made just days after Trump donated $25,000 to her political committee in 2013, not to join the New York lawsuit investigating Trump University. Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, the nonpartisan watchdog group, has complained about Bondi's actions to the IRS and ethics agencies in Florida.